So you have a lot going on in your life right now.
I do.
You're just explaining to me physically,
Yes.
your mom,
Yeah.
your dad passed away not long ago.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did. And so,
Yeah, and you want
Yeah,
to say something about that?
yeah, so my life is like, there's a big part of it is going to see my mom every day, making sure she gets to her appointments. And I mean, she has caregivers and she's in a place where I don't need to be there all the time, but I still need to be there. And so this has been a journey to just be with my mom, who hasn't really been, I mean, she's been a mom to me in some ways, but not the way I wish she had been.
Yeah.
And so now, not very affectionate, that kind of thing. And I discovered, like, on Mother's Day, I said to her, so what's your favorite memory of your mother? And she said, I don't have one.
Oh, right.
But my aunt, she told me, her aunt, who she lived with when she was from about age 12 on.
Mm.
She was the oldest of a big family, and her father's an alcoholic kid. So her mom was from, so she was never mother. And so I figured out that both from my parents, that this stage of life was my opportunity to be like a mother to them. Yeah. So I never left them without giving them a kiss. And that's I mean, they did embrace us at the door, but it was not super affectionate. And so it's been this journey of being with my mom and letting her be who she is. She has some dementia. Her cancer markers are going up, and she doesn't have long in this world. And just loving her and letting go of what she can't be for me. And that's been a big truth.
Yeah.
Of what she can't be for me.
I was going to ask you what's sort of your learning edge. Is that is that the major thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's slow over time.
Yeah.
But both of my parents, they weren't for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, still good people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just letting that be sad and letting that not be the whole picture.
I wonder if a lot of us go through, have you experienced that with other people too in your conversations?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if a lot of us go through that at this stage of our lives, right? Yeah.
They tell me and I want to say, well, I can tell you.
Yeah. But thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Yeah. And I think one of the things, like my mom's very quiet and she doesn't have her put me down or anything. She just doesn't say any most of the time. But I had this story. This was a pivotal moment for me. Like, the story I was telling myself was my mom doesn't love me. And I realized, and I can't remember what the incident was, but there was an incident where, for both my parents, I realized my parents do love me. Mm. They just don't love me the way I experience it as love, but they do love me. And so to just go, no, she does love me. Mm-hmm. And otherwise I go in, I'm just expecting she's going to just, I don't know, tolerate me, I suppose. And so so then I see it through that lens. Mm. And now I try to see through the lens of, no, she does love me. That's a spiritual practice.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that ongoing? Like, you have to, yeah.
Yeah. And then every once in a while, she'll just say, oh, thank you. Thank you. And I'm like, oh, She probably says it more often than I'm giving her credit for it. Mm-hmm. And then there's this thing with my knee, where I'm eventually going to have a knee replacement surgery. And I'm like, and I always, like you said about what gets me outside, is exercise, because weight's always been a problem for me. I needed to exercise to take care of my body. And I love exercising, and I love to be able to do all these things. And so, and it's just, I want to think, oh, it's going to get better. And I go, no, it's not going to get better. Like, it's just like aging. We're not going to get younger. Eventually, I'm going to be 70, and then I'm going to be 80.
Yeah.
Or, if I love that long, 90. And I'm going to I'm not going to be able to do all the things that I used to do. And can I be okay with that? Probably not.
Yeah.
But that's become more of a reality as I watch my mom, you know?
Yeah.
And my dad, before he died, he was just like, fiercely independent and did not want to lose some independence out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had he had a dream where it was one of those dreams where you're trying desperately to do something, you can't do it. It's all, whatever you do, if you pile things up and the wind blows it away.
I have that dream regularly.
Yeah.
Trying to get somewhere and just everything gets in the way. Yeah.
I go to see him and I say, "How are you, Dad?" And he goes, "Terrible." Because I had a terrible dream. And I'm thinking, this is his fear. I'm thinking, this is his fear of God and being out of control. And so I said to him, "Well, Dad, do you have a memory?" It sounds like such a sharp segue, but somehow it worked. But anyway, I said, "What's your favorite memory?" And he immediately told me, and this is my dad, he's not a touchy-feely guy. He's a made cheese bullock. He was a practical guy, perfectionist. And so I'll remember it like it was yesterday. He said, it was Christmas Eve. I was coming in from the factory to the house. My little brother wasn't even born then. And he said, I could see the candles burning on the Christmas tree. That tells it how long it was.
Yeah.
And he said, and the snow was falling. And he said, and I knew, and I was coming home to someone who was on my side. Those were his words.
Oh, wow.
What a beautiful memory.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is God.
Yeah.
Reminding him he's coming home to somebody who's on his side.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That's really cool. Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite moments of my dad.